Have you ever stopped and thought, maybe the voice in your head is deciding what you can or cannot do? Imagine two people looking at the same mountain. One says, I can't climb that. The other says, I'll find a path. Which one sounds closer to success? Welcome to Better Self, where you build your life and your English at the same time. Today you will learn the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset, and why that difference matters more than talent or luck. By the end of this video, you will see small, practical ways to shift your thinking. You'll notice how to respond to failure, how to praise yourself and others, and one simple phrase that can change the way you learn. Stay with me for the steps you can try today. Chapter 1. Growth Mindset. Define do. A growth mindset means you believe skills and intelligence can improve with effort, strategies, and time. People with this mindset treat challenges as chances to learn. They say, I can get better, rather than, I'm not good at this. It sounds simple, but it changes the way you act. Think of a sapling. At first it is small and fragile, but given water, sun, and time, it grows into a strong tree. A growth mindset treats your brain like that sapling. It grows with care. The word yet is powerful here. I can't do it becomes I can't do it yet. That small word opens a door. A clear example is language learning. Imagine two students. One says, I'm just bad at languages. She avoids speaking and feels embarrassed. The other says, I make mistakes, but I'll improve. He practices every day, asks questions, and slowly gets fluent. Both start at similar points. Which one is more likely to improve? The student who believes they can grow. A growth mindset doesn't ignore hard work or admit instant progress. It accepts slow steps. It makes failures into feedback. If a project fails, a growth-minded person asks, what did I learn? They focus on processes, strategies, feedback, deliberate practice. Notice how you talk about your own skills. Do you freeze when you meet a challenge, or do you search for a next step? Try replacing an unhelpful phrase this week. When you think I can't, add the word yet. See how your actions change. Small language shifts lead to different choices. Chapter 2. Fixed Mindset Explained. A fixed mindset is the opposite. People with this view believe their talents, intelligence, and personality are fixed traits. They think you either have skill or you don't. This belief makes many people avoid risk and protect their image. They want to look smart rather than get smarter. Imagine a student who gets a bad grade. If they have a fixed mindset, they may think I'm just not smart enough. They feel shame, hide from feedback, and avoid future challenges. In contrast, someone with a fixed belief often interprets failure as proof about their identity. I'm this way. That can stop growth fast. Here is another relatable scene. A singer auditions and does not get the role. With a fixed mindset, the singer might stop singing or switch careers. With a growth mindset, the singer will ask for feedback, practice a different technique, and audition again. The difference is not talent alone. It is how they interpret the result. Fixed thinking also shows up in praise. If adults praise children mainly for being smart or talented, children may avoid tough tasks to keep that label. They work to protect their reputation, not to learn. This is why coaches and teachers are careful about what they praise. Praise effort, strategies, and progress, not fixed traits. You can spot fixed mindset patterns in yourself. Do you avoid difficult tasks because you fear failure? Do you give up quickly when a skill feels hard? If yes, you are not stuck permanently. The first step is awareness. Notice the thought and gently challenge it. Ask, is this a fact or just a story I'm telling myself? Chapter 3. How Mindsets Form. Mindsets grow from experiences, messages we hear, and the examples around us. Often they start in childhood. When a child hears you're so smart repeatedly, they link praise to identity. They learn that being smart is a result, not a process. When doing difficult tasks, they may fear losing that label. Over time, this becomes a habit of thinking. Family, school, and culture shape these beliefs too. Teachers who value test scores over effort shape fixed thinking. Teams that celebrate who is naturally talented reinforce the same idea. Social media can add pressure. We often see highlight reels, not the work behind them. That can make growth feel impossible. But mindsets are not destiny. You can change them. Think of your beliefs as software you can update. Start by examining the messages you repeat to yourself. Do you say, "I'm not creative," or "I'm too old to learn"? These are learned statements, not fixed facts. Replace them with concrete actions. I will try one new thing this week, or I will practice for 15 minutes. A simple example. Parents who praise effort help children build persistence. Instead of "You're a genius," try, "I saw how hard you worked on that problem." That shift teaches children to value effort and strategies. They learn to welcome challenges. Reflect on your own background now. Which messages did you receive about talent and effort? Can you name one phrase you often heard from an authority, parent, teacher, coach, that shaped how you see success? Notice it without judgment. Awareness is the first move toward change. Chapter 4. Why growth mindset helps. A growth mindset brings practical benefits you feel in daily life. It builds resilience, motivation, and a willingness to learn. People with this mindset try new things, accept feedback, and recover from setbacks faster. They treat failure as data, not a verdict. Think of athletes who train for years. Talent matters, but so does practice and coaching. A player who studies video, drills fundamentals, and adapts their technique improves even if they started later. Growth-minded people invest in the process. They set small goals and track progress. In work life, the benefits show too. If you see problems as opportunities, you propose solutions. You ask for feedback and share ideas. That attitude attracts mentors and opens doors. Employers value people who grow because they bring long-term value to a team. Socially, growth thinking improves relationships. When you believe that people can change, you listen more and invest in growth. Conflicts become chances to learn about each other. Instead of saying, "They're just like that," you try curiosity. What would help here? A practical habit is to reframe mistakes. When something goes wrong, write one sentence: "What I learned." This turns emotion into learning. Over time, your brain becomes tuned to solutions. You will notice fewer paralyzing worries and more manageable next steps. Try this now. When you feel discouraged, name one small thing you can control and act on it within 24 hours. This simple practice builds confidence. The result is steady improvement, not dramatic overnight change, but real, sustainable growth. Chapter 5. Common traps and signs. Even when you want to grow, traps appear. You can spot fixed mindset patterns by watching your reactions. Do you avoid feedback? Do you defend your image? Do you give up when progress is slow? These are signs that fixed thinking is active. One trap is the comparison loop. You look at others and feel less capable. Instead of learning from them, you judge yourself. That steals energy. Try shifting to curiosity. Ask, what did they do that worked? This changes comparison into a lesson. Another trap is perfectionism. Perfection seeks to prevent mistakes. It sounds useful, but it stops experimentation. If you don't try, you cannot improve. Accept that early work will look rough. That is how skills fall. Artists, writers, and entrepreneurs all create messy drafts before improving. A third trap is binary thinking, believing you either succeed or fail. Real progress often looks like messy steps. Success is rarely a single victory. It is many small wins added up. Track small wins to see the pattern and avoid dramatic conclusions after one setback. When you notice these traps, take a breath and name the thought. Saying out loud, I'm comparing myself, or I'm avoiding feedback creates distance. That distance gives choice. Replace the thought with a neutral step. I will ask one person for feedback today, or I will practice for 20 minutes. Small actions dissolve big fears. Observe today. When do you shrink from a challenge? Make a simple note. Awareness plus one small action breaks the pattern. Chapter 6. Daily Habits to Grow. Growth mindsets form through habits. You do not need a grand plan. Small, consistent practices create the largest changes. Start with 3 simple habits you can do this week. First, practice deliberate effort. Choose one skill and practice it for short, focused blocks. Quality beats quantity. For language learning, try 20 minutes of speaking practice with a partner or app. For writing, write a short paragraph and revise it twice. The aim is focused action, not endless time. Second, ask specific feedback. Instead of how did I do? Ask, what is one way I can improve this next time? Specific feedback points to next steps. Accept it as data. If feedback feels hard to hear, remind yourself. This is information, not identity. Third, track progress. Keep a simple notebook with 2 columns, what you tried and what you learned. At the end of the week, review 3 lessons. This builds a learning loop. You will begin to notice patterns and improvement. Language matters. Replace I can't with I can't yet. And replace I failed with this was a learning step. Use process praise when you talk to others. Say, you worked hard on that, or I liked your strategy. That encouragement supports growth in both you and others. Try this today. Pick one habit from the 3 and do it for 5 days. Notice how small consistency changes your confidence. Tiny habits compound into large shifts. Quick recap. 1. A growth mindset believes skills improve with effort. 2. A fixed mindset fears failure and protects identity. 3. Mindsets form from messages and habits, but you can change them. 4. Small, daily actions. Practice, specific feedback, and tracking learning lead to real growth. You do not need to be perfect. Choose curiosity over judgment. Try one small practice this week. Add the word yet to a limiting thought, or ask one person for feedback with a specific question. Those tiny changes add up. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Better Self. We help you grow and practice clear English every week. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one small step you will take this week to move from I can't to not yet? Leave your plan in the comments below.